Mystery at Blind Frog Ranch. The desert morning broke silently over Blind Frog Ranch, painting the high mesas in shades of rust and blood. A thick stillness hung in the air. Every blade of desert grass stood stiff. No birds. No breeze. The ground itself seemed to hold its breath. Just below the rim of a steep, craggy slope, a crew of treasure hunters assembled their drill rig. Stark shadows fell across the ancient rock face, an exposed shelf of shale and fractured limestone, covered in strange mineral blooms. The structure jutted unnaturally from the canyon wall, as if something enormous had once forced its way through, then retreated. The team had chosen this exact point from years of clues, magnetometer readings, ground-penetrating radar, tribal legends, and satellite anomalies. All pointed to this very place, a dry, hollow resonance beneath hundreds of feet of stone. Something massive and empty lived below. The diesel engine coughed to life, shattering the morning silence. The rig's steel frame groaned and adjusted, its towering auger aligning to the first marked position. Sweat gathered on brows, but not from heat. It was still early cool. It was something else. A pressure. A warning. The drill bit descended slowly, whining at first, then howling as it met stone. Shards sprayed outward. The earth fought back. Layer after layer was cut away. Topsoil, clay, hard rock. The sensors tracked every foot of progress. 15 feet. 30. 50. Dust blew in controlled bursts from ventilation fans, the only other sound besides the grinding of steel against stone at 60 feet. Something changed. The pitch of the drill shifted. Less resistance. A pocket. Suddenly, the drill pulled forward unnaturally fast, almost as if sucked down. The team froze. Instruments flared. A sudden drop in torque. Then silence. They'd broken through. The auger hung in place, suspended mid-air, no longer pressing against solid stone. A void beneath. Depth undetermined. The diesel was killed. The silence returned, even heavier now. A fiber optic probe was prepared, snake-like, uncoiling toward the borehole with precision. Infrared lights blinked. The feed buzzed to life on the monitors. Slowly, the camera slid down the shaft. Dust motes swirled in its path. 10 feet below the drill line, the probe entered open space. The walls fell away. A vast chamber appeared on screen, dry and jagged. A hidden cathedral beneath the Utah desert. The light revealed broken formations, stalactites sheared and scattered, as though once disturbed by force. No water. No dripping. A dead cave. At the center, a colossal shadow. Stone. Metal. It gleamed, dull and dark. Not natural. The camera panned slowly, edge to edge, showing scale. The chamber was the size of a football field, at least. Bone dry. Silent. Time had stopped here. Then the feed glitched. Static. Then darkness. Signal lost. Team initiated extraction. The drill bit was hauled back. It came up unusually clean. No sludge. No mud. Just a fine white powder clinging to the flutes. A mineral neither salt nor lime. It shimmered faintly, too light for calcite. Samples were bagged and rushed to the lab trailer. The data logs were pulled. GPR readings now showed the chamber in crisp outline. An oval vault, nested within a deeper shell. Another chamber beyond. Like a pearl within bone. A second borehole was planned. Wider. Manual. A vertical shaft big enough for descent. The team returned at dawn the next day. The drill was replaced by jackhammers and spades. A perimeter was set. Safety cables secured. Every foot downward felt like trespassing. At 15 feet, they hit soft fill, crushed rock, not natural backfill. It had been placed. Someone, sometime, had sealed this. At 25 feet, the shaft opened wide. They were standing at the threshold of the unknown. No sound came from below. No smell of decay or rot. Just dry air, colder than expected. The temperature dropped nearly 30 degrees. An updraft tickled the rope lines. The first payload dropped, a heavy-duty light sphere, lowered by winch. It vanished into blackness. Then, ignition. Light filled the cave. A silence like no other. Every corner revealed. The floor was rough, uneven, shattered as if from impact. In the center stood the object. Massive, monolithic, carved or manufactured. Its surface was unlike anything the desert could produce. Smooth, matte, a dark bronze hue. Covered in markings, etched, not weathered. Not Navajo, not Ute, something else. Something older. The winch line trembled. They began the descent. Boots touched down. Dust rose in clouds, light as ash. No footprints had ever marred this surface before. The air held no scent. No animal ever breathed here. No human ever walked here. The object loomed taller than a man, 7 feet high, shaped like a cross between a sarcophagus and a machine part. Its surface bore grooves and slits, no hinges, no seams. Time itself seemed to bend around it. Geiger counters clicked, mildly, but electric fields fluctuated. The compass spun. A second team entered. Scanners deployed. Liddell mapped the cave in real time. The chamber had been constructed, or formed by unnatural pressure. Every surface bore signs of heat. Smooth stone, once molten. Not a volcanic cave, no venting, no tubes. This was shaped by force. A sound began, a low, almost subsonic hum. Felt more than heard. Equipment failed. Cameras died. Batteries drained. The team retreated. By nightfall, the shaft was sealed temporarily with a reinforced cap. Guards were posted. Something had been found that defied everything the ranch had revealed before Dot at the lab. The white powder from the drill bit was analyzed. It wasn't limestone. It wasn't gypsum. The crystalline structure was unknown. It resonated under specific frequencies, vibrating visibly when exposed to 3.2 mH. It absorbed light, bent heat, stored charge. A golden sun breaks over the rugged Utah desert, casting long shadows across the dry terrain. Heat shimmers off the dust, and cicadas hum softly in the silence. A caravan of black off-road vehicles slowly rolls to a stop in front of a cluster of drilling rigs and weathered equipment. Close super. A cracked sign swings in the breeze. PYVHPROPRTA. Blind Frog LANCHAA group of seasoned treasure hunters disembark. Dust-covered boots hit the ground. Goggles, bandanas, hats. Every face is grim, focused. No one speaks. Tension rides the wind. XT. Drill site. ATRA massive industrial drill looms like a mechanical beast. Oil-slicked cables snake across the ground. The crew preps the rig, calibrating sensors, checking hydraulics. One hunter unfurls a faded parchment, a hand-drawn map marked with strange glyphs and a large X over a canyon wall. Nearby, a rugged geologist examines seismic scans on a laptop. He points to a mass beneath the surface, a void. Kurt-Toe subsurface sonar mapping shows a massive hollow, a cave, 200 feet down. Jagged. Unnatural. XT. Drill site. Drilling COMMNCES. The drill whirs to life. Tremors ripple through the earth as the bit bites down, throwing up dirt and fractured stone. A mechanical roar echoes into the stillness of the desert. Buzzards circle overhead. Time passes. The sun arcs overhead. The drill grins downward inch by inch. Dust billows as the rig halts. One hunter, the most grizzled of them all, gestures sharply. A crew member lowers a camera down the shaft. The screen flickers with static, then stabilizes. On monitor, a dry, yawning expanse. The camera descends into a cavern large enough to swallow a building. Stone walls glisten, as if slick with minerals, but no moisture. The floor is layered with dust, untouched for centuries. Something angular juts from beneath debris. XT. Drill site. 3PFO ENTRWA team hastily assembles a cage lift and climbing gear. Lights. Ropes. Drones. A sensor rig is strapped to the lead hunter's back. His gloved hands grip the steel cable as the lift lowers him into the black. Above, the sky is clear, but every face looks down, anticipating. NT. Enormous dry cave entrance. Moments LAT, the lift touches down with a soft hiss of compressed air. A crunch beneath boots, dry, brittle bones. The hunter's headlamp cuts through the dark. Massive stone columns rise around him like the ribs of some ancient beast. Dust swirls in the silence. Strange carvings crawl along the walls, etched deep by hand. Not native, not modern. Something older. Drone lights flare to life, casting the cavern in an eerie digital glow. The glint from earlier reveals itself, a twisted piece of oxidized metal. Bronze? Copper? It's embedded in rock like a blade. A symbol is carved into it, familiar. It matches the glyphs from the parchment. NT. Cave Tunnel. DEPR. The ITHINT hunter pushes forward. The tunnel narrows. Walls close in. He pauses, brushing dust from the stone. More carvings. One depicts figures, not human. Slender. Tall. Crowned. They gesture to a mountain split in half. Below them, a pit, a flame, a box.